I would be thinking about you as I was recovering.
Yeah, that's what I, that's the
Here, there's app library and widgets on your home screen.
I know you got the chance to cover a lot of great things, from covering local people in Kentucky just doing their everyday thing to, like you said, covering Harrison Ford and Dalai Lama and many sports events. Is there anything that you wish you got the chance to cover or you would like to cover in the future?
That's interesting too. A lot of photographers and photojournalists kind of brag about like the Super Bowl and NCAA Final Four, championship games, things like that. I've covered, I'm sure, at least 20 Kentucky Derbies. I don't really care to have gone. I've never been to a Super Bowl, and I don't care that I haven't gone to a Super Bowl. I've been to my share of high school football games, and I like them just as well. And college football games. I used to cover UK of course, for the Herald Leader for years, and then I covered UK for the Associated Press for a few years after that. I don't really care if I ever cover another one of those. I don't really miss them. I don't live for that. Oh man, I got to do one of the best ones, I'll admit. And it was right in my last year at the Herald Leader. I got to cover Barack Obama's first inauguration in DC.
I remember that day.
God, that was,
as young as I am, I remember that day.
I'll never forget that day. That was one of the best days ever, I think, in covering something. And the mood and tone and the vibes of that day, I've never felt anything like it. I don't know. It
was very cold that day too. I do remember. It was cold.
And I don't know if I'll ever see anything like it again in terms of the vibes, but it was just such a great feeling. My position that day was at the top of the Washington Monument. So I didn't get to hear his speech or see it necessarily because I was up in the top of this tiny little room in the top of the monument, and we had to shoot through like this 6-inch plexiglass stuff. It was horrible. But it was cool to be up there because I had a vantage point that only like 6 other photographers had. And when Trump was talking about the crowd size and they started publishing all these pictures of Obama's inauguration and Trump's inauguration, they were showing the mall. And a lot of those pictures were from up at the top of the Washington Monument. A lot of those pictures were my pictures from Obama. Right. They were comparing Trump's size to. So that was kind of fun. But to get back to your question, things that I wish I had done.
Or that you would like to cover in the future?
I would like to. So I've gotten more of an interest in film since my degree. I would think I'm more interested in doing some film work and being a cinematographer. I'd like to try my hand at that. I think I would also enjoy doing some of the behind the scenes still photography on a movie set. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm fascinated to see how movies are made and how cinematographers are lighting things. I mean, it's ridiculous to see how these cinematographers are lighting things. And I think that all photographers, still photographers, could learn a thing or two from cinematographers and film work. So I've kind of felt, I like behind the scenes stuff and documentary style stuff. I would like to do more projects in Appalachia if I had time. Both my parents did a lot of their work in Appalachia, studies and volunteer work, outreach in Appalachia, and I would still like to be part of that in some way if I could in the future. But I can't think of a specific event like the Super Bowl or something. I don't really care about those big things anymore. Early on, it was kind of fun, but man, you do 20 Kentucky Derbies and it's old. You do 5 Kentucky Derbies and it's old. I mean,
the same old thing.
Yeah. I don't want to do NASCAR. I've done smaller NASCAR. I've done NASCAR races, and I don't want to do NASCAR races. I mean, I just don't care about that stuff. So I like the smaller. I would go to the dirt track in Junction City, and that's my kind of day. That's what I want to do, is give me the dirt track in Junction City, Kentucky, and I'll go there every weekend and have a good old time because it's just real people, smaller. I got better access, and it's just better.
So you appreciate, from the sound of it, you appreciate more of smaller, more real settings than like the grandiose, big stage type of settings.
Yeah, I do. I think it's a very good way to put it. Community journalism, that's what I would rather do. I don't need to be on the big stage and see the big stuff because there's plenty of other people to do that. And you're also not getting very unique pictures from those. It's very difficult to get unique pictures from those because everybody's shooting about the same thing. So I would rather just kind of go off and be on my own and cover some things that nobody else is covering that needs to be covered. There's just a real shortage of community photojournalists right now. And I would rather try to fill that gap than to be yet one more photographer at the Super Bowl.